Well, welcome back to Shadowrun Paranoia, where, between now and then we've had a little bit of a break, got some things figured out. I learned Japanese in 3 hours by watching anime. Full Metal Alchemist, in case you were curious.
Yes.
Also, I've come up with a name for today's episode. Blackhawk Get Down. That is a thing now.
I guess if anyone watches the video, they would already know.
Yeah, probably.
Yes. That is very much a thing. Anyhow, so basically Goda gives you the address of precisely where they wanted to search.
Mm-hmm. I'm at this point just gonna assume that all of the stuff with the dissonance, technomancer, and so on is gonna... It was such a short time ago that I haven't had time to research it yet. So I'm gonna do that next time.
Okay.
Just so we can move on with this.
So, you guys are now... It's like you guys are pretty much approaching the club in question, which is actually named Cafe Cake.
I'm a fan of this.
So that's the location we've been given?
Yeah, that is the place that you have been given.
I will research the place before we get there.
I assume
I'll
do some scouting drive-bys.
Oh,
it's
Teach will
fairly
ask to
busy.
get out at the first time he sees in, says, just let me go in and mingle a bit. I'm good with people.
Yeah, I'll probably have brought Teach when I was doing my scouting drives.
Call me if you need me.
When I'm researching it, I'm also specifically looking for any connections to Chrome Justice because I'm paranoid now.
Don't blame you.
And I'm
Almost like the campaign was titled Paranoia for a reason.
I'm also going to roll my knowledge of like security procedures, no focus, because this doesn't seem corporate. I'm gonna like see if what I can pick out about the like security procedures at this place.
Yeah, do that, and then I'm gonna roll dice again.
You would note that there is no there's like 1 or 2 windows in the place. You can't, and they just have shutters over them. The doors are kind of a similar case to their glass, but they've got shutters over them. So you really can't see inside. There doesn't seem to be any security from the outside.
Well, I imagine I'd just go in as Teach's muscle in quotation marks. Coin is not actually all that muscular for an orc.
Should I roll that metric search, by the way?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
For the what? You go on.
So should...
Who owns Google in Shadowrun?
I guess Google probably still exists, it's just part of some other megacorp.
That's what I think. Maybe Horizon? The heck does Horizon do? Like, the only 3 megacorps we really hear about is Ares, Aztec, Seder Corrupt. Sometimes the Japanese ones if you're playing in Japan.
Horizon is a very big media media core. Basically, they're the people through PR campaign made the entire world side with Amazonia against Az technology, and they basically started a war via PR.
Oh my god. Oh god, that was close to...
By the way, Bulbul wouldn't come in until the guns are blazing because he's going to be using his shield, which is...
this is Heat and Coin doing a scout run.
Bull and Red are going to wait in the car.
I'm not even sure... I'm not even sure you guys would be in the car. This is purely a scout run we're doing.
Yeah, Teach would suggest that he and Coin case the joint and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Nice, you got to say
To at least drop me off up the street.
Oh yeah,
because I can get there in like 2 turns.
I guess then you'll stay in the car.
Yeah.
Up to you guys. I'm just saying.
I see Red just come to join. I'll start to leave, and I
Red
imagine
doesn't like
Red just is like behind me, is just kind of crossing his arm. I just look back over at him, go, all right, just grab something inconspicuous, and just, takes him.
I'll just
Just
take my pistol.
That's 32 successes, by the way.
Damn.
Yet again, all the Matrix search. So,
You didn't
As-
take the specialization.
yes, you did. So, as you pretty much search up this place, it's actually been here for quite a while. Actually, and also recently under new management.
Hmm.
It does require a membership to get in, but that's mostly for the sake of just keeping tabs on the patrons, and there are guards, not you can't, but no, there's basically
There's security.
May I roll my
there's
knowledge?
some security there, and basically the membership is basically okay to keep tabs on who's unruly, who's not.
May I roll my
events and
knowledge
whatnot.
security procedures?
And me, my security tactics.
Security tactics, no. Procedures, go ahead and roll with a -2.
Okay. I'm not sure I can do a modifier in this. Okay, good. Actually, it just
Yes,
comes after the
It'll
specialization.
always, yes.
What's the place called again, by the way?
Cafe Cake.
Man, only 2 successes. That's fairly low for the dice I'm rolling.
Yeah, you're fairly certain that it's one of those establishments that basically they expect you to have they expect you to stay in line. They probably have security to back it up, and the whole
And what exactly was the -2 for? Just to
It's-
clarify.
it's not quite corporate, and
Oh, then
it's
then I
also
just would be rolling without specialization if it's not corporate.
it's also you don't have much to work with. Yeah.
Okay. So it's more about that than
It's
because
more about that, and yeah.
Yeah, because the only thing it not being corporate would give me is I can't use my specialization, which the roll factored in.
But yeah, so you figure that you do know that hey, you need a membership to get in.
And with that number of successes, can I spot how many guys they have on the floor?
You'd figure that they'd have maybe not an overbearing amount, but not a non-existent amount. So
would I know anything about the numbers from my search?
they don't have numbers of their security guards posted.
Did I find any connection to Chrome Justice?
You do note that, I did mention that they recently came under new management, and but there really isn't any connection that you can tell.
Okay. So no further details about who the new management is.
Cannot believe I got 2 hits with 11 dice. That sucks.
Okay. So we arrive, and teacher goes in.
Coin follows teach-in.
You certain you want to come in? I say as you start to
For
follow me.
the record, the thick black bars are doors.
What's is the clear bar a window?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you didn't go straight away, but after 5 hours or so, then I would have already sent you all the stuff, and you would already know that you need a membership and all of that.
All right, I'll figure that out as we go along. I look over at Coin and say, "You certain you want to come along?"
I nod. I say I'm fairly good at keeping my appearance subtle in new situations.
Fine by me, if that's what you want to do. And with that, I open the door and walk in.
I will. I am very clearly following him, to give the impression that like he's at the lead, I'm just with him.
wait.
There's a fairly well-dressed dwarf standing at the door. He appears to be the bouncer, at least the front door bouncer.
I do ask Tetris, is it possible for you to fake us a membership?
Is it possible to me to fake them a membership? I don't know what I need to do with that.
You have no idea of what the membership, like how they check membership.
Well,
Okay.
then this can be helping us figure that out. I step over and say, good evening, sir. I was hoping to...
So as they are there, I'm gonna like listen in and
Yeah.
for the image link.
My
Okay.
AR glasses are on, so I imagine you can maybe use that to see through. I don't know. Good evening, sir. I was hoping me and my friend here could enjoy this fine establishment some.
You got a membership?
Oh, I was unaware we needed one. How do you acquire one membership?
There's a form and it's 100 new yen a month to upkeep the establishment.
Oh, of course. Is there someone I need to go talk to about getting a membership, or is it just a matrix form? What do I need to do?
He pings a form to both of you. It's a standard form.
I quickly look. I kind of like hint subtly, like I pull out air gloves and say, just a moment, let me work on this. And I quickly type to Tetris, can you do something about this?
I guess it will probably be tied to a sin they have, right?
It's actually, there isn't a sin. It doesn't actually ask for a sin number.
Interesting. Well, in that case, I would recommend them to just make something up, because if they don't ask for a sin, then
Alright, I just make up something.
enter random data.
I will enter my data based on my
Right.
rating 1 sin.
Yeah, I would recommend them to use the
identity.
burner sins, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do it for one of my rating 1 sins. I'll do it for my name, for Michael Walton.
and I'm on there as Drake Johnson.
Okay. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
That's pretty
I
good.
also see what he did there, and I am pointedly.
I type
I
it up a
am
bit.
completely oblivious.
I type it up, send it over to him, and then say, 100 new yen, correct?
Yeah, it's 100 new yen.
That's-
It's 100 new yen a month to maintain the membership.
Oh, is the first month free?
Unfortunately, it is not.
Oh, I was hoping
First
I could at
month
least
is
try it
double.
before I make a commitment to it. I imagine that keeps
You
people
don't
away.
You don't have to refresh if you don't. You don't have to refresh the membership if you don't want to. We keep the file on record, just the fact that you haven't paid.
Here, I look over at Coin. You've already dealt enough today. I appreciate you coming all this way out with me. I'll take care of it for the both of us, and I pass over 200 new yen.
Do you wire it or do you
I
on a
ask
cred
him,
stick?
do you prefer a cred stick or do you prefer us to wire it to a account for the club?
Cred stick doesn't matter.
Very well. I pull out a cred stick from my pocket, plug it into my comm link, hand it over. I would like that back if that's fine.
Not a problem, not a problem. He slots the cred stick, and after a few moments, he
This
hands
is why
you
I
back
asked for the 1,000 in advance.
he slots the cred stick. He seems to be doing something, and then he hands the cred stick back, and then he pings to teach. You're pinged back your file, and you're pinged back what it appears to be. It almost seems to be a text document. It's basically like a passport for the club.
Okay, Teach made it very clear he's wearing AR glasses and gloves at the moment to the man, so that way he could do the form and whatnot. So he just sees this and is like, oh.
Yeah, you're just given back. You're basically like the man is given the dwarf, he pulls out of effectively nowhere the finished file.
And
where your form's been processed and you're basically now a registered member.
And Coin has AR goggles and AR gloves on as well.
Okay, yeah. You also get the files handed to you.
What does the file say? Can I open? What is it? Just like basic membership information?
It's basic. It's not readable plain text, but like when the bouncer presents one half of a key, the file basically decrypts, displays info, and basically he lets you through.
Can I run matrix perception or something on that file to see if there's any malware in it?
In the files that they've been given?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm just going to say this. There isn't any.
Okay. Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
wow,
you don't.
That there's thing I got that rule out of the way.
Yeah, there's nothing there anyway.
Okay.
Anything else we need to be aware of, sir? I say as I close the file.
Just behave.
Of course. Thank you for your help. I say, and with that I just walk in.
And I follow distance not right behind you, but not. It's clear I'm with you, but also I'm not right on top of you, looming over you.
Makes sense.
And now that I'm inside, can I roll security procedures again to see if I can get a better read from within?
Roll perception first.
Okay.
Should I roll that as well?
Is there anything in particular that you want to look for?
Any situational modifiers?
You still have AR up, right?
Yeah.
-2. There's actually quite a bit of AR display in here as well.
Teach takes his AR off as soon as possible. He doesn't like dealing with it.
And
oh yeah, during my search, have I managed to find a plan of the building or something?
Actually, if there's a lot of AR noise, then Coin would have dropped his as well.
It's not noise. It's more that there's also
clutter.
There's AR aesthetic overlay and whatnot.
Yeah,
and so,
Coin is trying to get a read on the security, so he's gonna drop his AR
4 successes on
before
8
looking
dice.
around.
Not bad.
So
yeah, you note that most of the patron so there's the two okay, yeah, both of you notice this. There's basically 2 people up on the stage performing. The place has almost a 1920s speakeasy vibe to it. And most of the people on the floor, at the tables on the floor and whatnot, they are customers. There is a bar at the back, though there's currently nobody at it. Nobody's sitting at it. There is the barkeep behind it. And there are 2 noticeable guards standing at the doors to what you think might be a kitchen.
May I roll my security procedures again now?
Yes.
Okay. And since I'm actually inside, it isn't all obscured like it was from outside, right? And I just don't get... so no situational modifiers, I just don't get corporate.
Situational modifiers, but you don't get your corporate stuff, no.
Okay. That's good with me.
Hey!
5 successes.
Well, you're pretty certain that they put the guards in front. The fact that the guards are guarding the kitchen is a bit weird, but then again, I guess they don't want the customers going back into the kitchen.
And do I spot anything that... do I get the feel that, the bartender has some security experience or anything like that?
You know that the bartender is watching the crowd with maybe a bit more vested interest than expected.
Okay, so I note those things down. I don't say anything while we're in the club, but I'll mention it later on when we're back outside.
I don't see anything anymore at this point, right? Because you both have your AR glasses off.
Mm-hmm. Teach has his sticking out of a shirt pocket.
I've just moved the glasses up onto my forehead. The goggles up onto my forehead.
Well, if I don't have a floor plan of the place already, then I'm gonna start drawing one now, based on what I can see.
I pause for a moment just to look around the area and say, I'm quite parched. How do you feel to an ale?
Coin is gonna politely decline.
All right, and with that, I'm going to head to the bartender.
Okay.
I'm still staying with you, but I'm not gonna be drinking anything.
All right.
I'm gonna be like.
I walk up to the bartender.
Can I get you something? He is an orc.
Pleasure to meet you. Shoot, what do I... You know what, screw it. Coke and rum, please.
A bit of an unusual hour, but... All right, then. He actually... he starts preparing the drink, but he realizes that he is missing some components, and so he ducks back into there, and you can basically... He goes through the door behind him, and you can see what appears to be there are shelves of liquor actually behind the wall.
I trigger astral perception to look behind the wall.
The wall appears solid due to with astral perception.
I
It
keep
appears
forgetting
solid.
that, right?
It's not X-ray vision.
I keep forgetting that, I'm sorry. Well, while
But
he's doing that...
He will come back out after a few moments. Roll a sensing.
A sensing will do. Where are you? There we are, a sensing. That's unfortunately only 6. I need to increase that. 3!
As I look at the table real fast, because I don't have it committed to memory.
Jeez.
You would note that he is actually awakened.
Oh, can I tell what type?
With 3? Yes, you note that he is just he's actually an aspected magician, sadly. But his magic and essence are actually higher than yours. Well, actually not essence, just his magic. His magic is actually higher than yours.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Now that's something you definitely want to hear.
Yeah.
Don't worry, gank the mage.
I had already pegged this guy as like
Dodgy.
plainclothes security.
Yes.
Yeah, as I'm drawing my floor plan, I'm gonna note all the positions where the securities are in on the magic.
But
I'm gonna put the skull.
he finishes pulling out the drink. He basically comes back with the bottle of rum, and he starts finishes mixing the drink before handing it over to you.
Thank you.
Want that on your tab?
Nah, I'll go ahead and pay for it. The last time I started up a tab, I forgot to pay in. Next thing I knew, I was due 200 million. Was a terrible way to end an evening.
Fair enough.
How much is it?
I'm trying to think of it. It's 8 new yen.
Not bad.
And
I guess you have to pay 100 to get in. So.
Like I said, it's 100 to get in per month.
Does he like address anything at me, or does he just ignore me?
He does look over at you. You want anything, or are you just accompanying him?
I'm on duty.
Yes, forgive him. I was told about this place by a friend of mine. I'm unfortunately from out of town, thus the need to drink at this hour. From the east side of the states. The plane ride
I
was
imagine
terrible.
I'm probably giving off more of the driver vibe than like the actual full-on bodyguard vibe, but like I'm still trying to like project that air of like
while Teach is going, I am a corp guy, but at the same time, I ain't afraid to walk the streets by myself.
Yeah.
Plus, you have a bodyguard outside, so meh.
I just take a sip of the Coke and rum.
This actually feels...
It's a decent one. It's
This
not
actually
the best you've had, but it's actually a pretty nice place. Pretty nice. It's decent quality.
I'm glad to see
this situation.
Do not skimp on your liquor quality here, I say, swirling around in the cup.
There's a reason why people pay the $100 month fee.
I was told it would be worth my time.
Although and
I do have to ask, what's up with the guards? I say, pointing to the two of them, looking confused.
I mean, you'd figure. He actually looks at your companion. He looks at Coin for a moment. Oh, given by the surname on his passport, I would figure that you would have. I figured that he would know.
I look confused at this and turn to look over at Coin.
So
you filled Johnson as your last name, correct?
Yes, I did.
You.
It's a rating 1 thing.
It was a rating 1 sin, but he doesn't use. But there's not a sin attached to your club membership.
Oh, are you actually broadcasting the sins you gave for your membership right now?
They asked for a name with our membership, though, I assume.
Yes. Yeah. The form had a name with the membership. So, according to your membership, your membership's last name is Johnson.
It's a cover.
I look over at you confused and say, wait, are you referring to his last name?
Isn't that what I just said?
Forgive me.
I'm gonna make a bit of a show of looking confused for a few seconds, and then make a show of like catching on. Go, oh no, I am merely a humble employee of my friend here.
Yes, I can assure you, he's no Johnson.
Clever, the other way around.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how often that works, although it leads to... How many times has this happened this week alone? I say, just turning back to the Coin. Like, 3? Or wait, did it happen one time while you were... It happens a lot.
Yeah, so I'm just playing into this.
But yeah, what's with the guards? They seem rather... Well, for the area, they seem rather well armed.
Actually, yeah, they actually are fairly well armed.
I figure with the tokens, they were pretty well armed. Because it looks like they're holding assault rifles in the token.
They are both trolls. So, without a doubt, they are well armed.
Oh.
You could not, like, arm...
I'm placing little troll face icons on them.
Oh, God.
I might love that.
Well, I assume you would want your meetings to go uninterrupted.
Oh, I say. You... Forgive me, now I'm starting to understand why my friend made such a big deal about me coming to this place. God. Alright, that makes sense, though. Thank you for that, for clearing that up for me.
So, out of character, I've gathered that this is like a runner bar.
Oh yeah, I'd like to roll my knowledge shadow community.
I would like to roll my knowledge shadow community as well.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
Wow.
5 successes.
Wow!
5 successes.
Why is
I've been here before with 5 successes.
Wait, why is the shadow community higher in the second one than the first one?
Because
that's
the first
they're
one
two
was me
different
and the
people.
second one was coin.
Yeah.
One is Tetris,
Oh.
the other is coin.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
And actually,
Okay.
it's the same roll because his intuition is 1 higher than me.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
rolling the same dice.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm mostly joking about the has he been here before, but it's also like a possibility if it's like a a Seattle runner bar.
Mm-hmm.
Looking over the place. Okay, so Tetris, from everything you're hearing, this sounds like it could be a runner bar, but well, at least a runner club, but it's hard to tell, especially considering the fact that if it came under new management recently, either the new owners are fine with this, or B, the new owners are runners themselves. And Coin, as you kind of look back around the building, you kind of realize that the tables weren't quite where they are, and the door where the trolls are standing weren't there before. The door wasn't there before, but all in all, you're pretty sure this building, at least at one point, was one that you've been at. It's definitely been renovated in the past few years.
And probably not one that like we went to like on a multiple times basis. It's like one that maybe
it's like
we
it
went
was
to
like a
once, and
one-off. It was a one-off visit, if that.
And I mentioned nothing about that to the rest of you because the rest of you don't know about what I did before I was a runner.
Except maybe Tetris.
Yeah, I didn't. I found out that he had done runs before and like he had a good reputation and that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you might have found out that like I was only a year and a half into my life as a runner, but like other than that, my rep is good, and I have run for about a year and a half. So
Yeah, that
I
would
don't-
be enough for Tetris.
Yeah,
like,
he's
he
run
wouldn't
longer
dig any
than
deeper.
Teach has.
Yeah, like he would be more interested in digging into like what Teach was up to.
Funny how Teach is the one that's leading the group, yet he's the one with probably some of the least experience out of everyone.
so
No, that would be Sparky.
Well, I don't know if we count Sparky
specifically
yet.
speaking, how long has Teach been running?
A year.
Okay.
Teach has
Yeah.
been
With
running
me.
for a year because it took him like a year to get out of Aslan.
And I've been running for about 12. Or I mean 10.
Red's been around much longer. Teach, you know how corporate politics and whatnot goes, especially if you're a mage. I have training from inside. Just
I think Tetris been in it like 5 years now in Seattle. I have to actually look it up.
I just left the office for the streets, basically.
Well, and my character's only 22, so
Mine's like 29.
For 12
pretty
years, that's
significant.
impressive.
it's almost half his life.
Yeah. Teach Coin has probably been running, or was probably in the corporate life about the same amount of time that Red has been running.
Well,
Because
then,
he's
figure my next move out. I just quickly glance around behind me And I'm trying to search for any more awakened.
I mean, there's a few. Like, there's probably one or two like they're awakened, but they have such a low magic rating that they probably don't even realize that they're awakened.
I was gonna say that, like, if this is a place where runners do meets, there might be, like, this might be a place where runners go to, like, cool off, so...
The front clientele... The front clientele is mostly... would appear to be more traditional.
Okay.
Runners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not necessarily runners, but they're...
Not the most.
They're not
people.
runners.
No.
Like you basically have people from most walks of life here, except people that, at least most walks of life that can afford to pay the entry fee.
Is it possible for me to do a matrix perception of the general area through one of their comlinks?
You would be using the ratings of the comlink.
Yeah, but they have rating 6 comlinks, so that's not
Yeah,
bad.
both of us. I
Yeah.
actually have... I don't know if
I guess-
Teach would have his rating 6 on him. My rating 6 is implanted, so there's definitely one of us has a rating 6.
Yeah, I do that. Just look around if I see anything unusual. I'm kind of looking a bit for the Technomancer, but I don't really know what to look for. So.
And the data processing on my comlink is 5, but that didn't end up coming into play.
Yeah,
Shouldn't it be 6 as well?
It's the stats I have in Chummer is that it's oh no wait, yes, actually my comlink. I was thinking of my rigging
It's actually-
console.
Yeah,
It's
because
actually
should be equal to
It's
the
actually
rest of the-
limited by your data processing anyway, so the data processing of your comlink is usually your device rating.
Yeah, but I was thinking of my rigging console, which is 6 firewall, 5 data processing, but that's not my comlink.
Yeah, for comlinks, firewall and data processing is equal to device rating, and everything else is 0.
Let's see. The people on them, of course, have their comlinks, so that's... There's a few of them running silent. You note that there are actually a decent number of... Actually, there's the kitchen. A lot of the appliances are smart appliances, so yeah. But there seems to be a group of 3 and a group of 2. Not like there's actually. Hold on, let me roll real fast.
Make the GM roll as much as possible.
You would note that there's a group of 3 and a group of 2 devices running silent in a back room, or what appears to be a
Okay.
back room.
Can I take a closer look at them to figure out what they are?
You can, but I haven't finished describing yet.
Okay.
And you note that there's something on actually what appears to be the second floor of the building. You're not familiar with the icon.
Okay. I'll take a picture of the icon if it's possible.
You can make note of what the icons
Or
are.
yeah. And then I would like to take a closer look at the silent running devices.
Okay, roll
Figure
matrix
out what-
perception.
Yes. Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that would hit the limit of the comlink actually.
GG.
Yeah, you note that okay, so you find actually you're able to see all. You're able to clear up the running silent, and you note that there is a group of 3 comm links sitting in a cluster, and then a group of 2. So the devices are comm links.
Okay.
Apparently in a back. Judging from like the location of where all the icons are, it's like they're in a back room or something beyond the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note on my floor plan.
Beyond this wall.
Do I see at all what the ratings are? Like, can I tell anything about that?
The rating
Of the silent running comlinks?
The silent running comm links, their icons are all custom.
Okay, so
you can't identify brand from like stock icons.
Yeah, so we read. Yeah, given the fact that there's a technomancer around, I'm not gonna try hacking or anything. Or it might be a gonna risk it for now, but I'm gonna ping the information to the in case anyone tells me anything else.
Alright.
There was the device that was upstairs.
Yeah, I'll make a note of that. And can I roll my matrix knowledge to see if I know anything about it?
1 second.
And when I rolled earlier, no one but the barkeep looked like they were plainclothes security, right?
Other than the 2
Well,
massive
those
trolls.
guys are openly security. And the dwarf out front is openly security, but...
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to answer the door.
I said... Did you hear what I asked?
No.
Okay. I asked when I rolled earlier, did I see anyone other than the bartender who was plainclothes security?
There's nobody else that appeared to be plainclothes security.
Okay. So, to Coin's knowledge, it's the 2 trolls, the bartender, and the dwarf at the door who are security in the front end.
That appears
Those
to
are
be
the ones
security
that
on
are
the front end.
currently noted on my... And yeah, can I roll matrix knowledge?
To identify the icon?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think we said for the skills of it's intuition based, right? So it's 60. Yeah, so it's 2 successes.
You're not quite sure. If you had to make a guess, it might be an antenna of some sort.
From the information we got from Mr. Gouda, would that work out to where they know the attack came from? Like, do they have any more information than just that building?
They knew that they were able to narrow it down to this building. So
Okay,
it's
but not any
here.
further. Okay.
Not any further.
And we want to extract the people and the machine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a note and I'm gonna research it. For now, I'm gonna keep matrix otherwise.
Alright, so are we finished up inside?
Just a bit more, I think.
Okay.
I look over at the bartender and say, well then, what's it take to get into the back rooms then? That might be useful.
Let's see. Well, first off, you're going to need to upgrade that passport.
Oh.
I can do it here.
How much does that cost? I say, laughing bitterly.
To get into the to get into the meat rooms. Well, Either you regular customer and visit like once a week for several months and we'll upgrade you automatically, or if you're looking to host a meet, that's 500. Of course, that's only for the one host in the meet, mind you.
Oh, so the others within the meet get to come in with the host?
You just got to designate the party name and just make sure that they know to go to the bar and ask for the party name.
My character backs away for a moment, puts his hands to his lip, and just taps the bench of the bar and says, "That would work." I then look at him and cock a grin and says, "After all, it's not my driver who's the Johnson here. I think I'll accept that if you wouldn't mind helping me with it."
He's basically, he actually pulls out from underneath the bar an actual paper form.
I wonder, just out of
Hold on,
character.
Gotta answer the door again.
This is why I asked for money up front.
It was a good decision, and you rolled really well on your negotiation.
Because I still haven't spent
I'm
all the money I
wondering
got up front.
I'm wondering if these people have still have an account on file with like my character's actual name.
Thanks, sorry to interrupt me.
Or whatever, or possibly whatever alias he used when he was working as like a corporate driver. Because maybe that I don't know if they would like have an alias for their driver.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm back.
Alright.
So I have no way to find this out, but I was just wondering if like they would actually still have an account on file for my character under his actual name, because he would have, since he came in here like once before. But they've got no way to figure that out in character, and no one I would actually be willing to ask that of. So it's just a random thing.
So I guess as the paper's put down, I look at it and just read over it.
It actually, well, it's a bit more extensive than your previous form. It actually asks, what kind of, they're under the employer, there is actually an employer field.
Like, as in, like, what type of company you're working for?
As in who you're working for, or who you're hiring for.
I pause at that one and say, this is a concerning field.
Simply put, we like to keep it on hand just so we can ensure that if one party becomes angry at us, we can point out that it wasn't us that made things go awry. Rather, either the running team or their Johnson.
Very well. And I'm going to write down in it the Yakuza.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Because fuck the Yakuza.
With you.
Yeah, I know. I write it down, slide it over to him, and just very discreetly lean in and say, he's personal. And I lean back to the coin behind me.
And of course, you know, both of us are like oozing corporate.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how much ties the Yakuza have to the corporate, to the Jap corps? They're the ones that do the under-the-counter stuff for the Japanese corps.
True, but
I would have figured the two of you as them, but
yeah,
you know, there's always the freelance Johnson.
Well,
And your payment?
I pull out a cred stick. I don't tend to work with them much. My Japanese is very rusty, but well, everyone needs a payday now, don't they? I say as I put the money into him.
Oh god.
It was the best thing I could think of.
I know.
You literally could have written freelance.
No, fuck the Yakuza.
I like the idea of
Anyhow,
I like the idea of Yuki just suddenly being behind you and just going, oh, you work for the Yakuza?
Oh no. Oh no.
No idea what you put down. Coin just knows what the guy said about, like, didn't figure you worked for them. Coin has no
I'm going with this
clue.
because fuck it. I don't know.
It's
the worst
amazing.
decision I
It is
could make.
Amazing. What I'm wondering is, do I know? Like, have I seen what you put down on the
Oh
file?
yeah, you see it. I imagine my comments in a way you can see that I write down the Yakuza.
I'm keeping a picture of what you put down on the file. Just, I'm keeping it.
Of course, all the information on there.
anyhow, he plugs the creds. He seems to plug the cred stick into something underneath underneath the bar, and he hands you back the cred stick. And what party name shall I? What party name are you going to reserve one of the booths under?
Full Metal.
Is there an alchemist in the party?
But then Teach changed it.
So I was just thinking the potential problem with saying claiming that you're Yakuza or Yakuza or however you pronounce it. The problem with that is that Yuki's parents know Yuki is gone, and she's probably now tangled up with. Definitely know that.
Okay, Sparky, here's the thing you
Somewhere.
need to realize. Teach doesn't care.
Yeah.
saying
He's just
this out,
looking for any excuse to, like, drop Yuki.
No, literally, I'm gonna explain it in character in a moment. I'll sign that and say,
I'm saying this out of character, but yeah. I was just saying,
I should have a party of a few people. This seems like a good establishment, especially with the liquor choices. I say, taking another sip of the Coke and rum. Yes, this will do just fine.
It's just that I was just thinking this is definitely going to draw Yuki's parents' attention towards you.
Oh, all the
Because-
information's fake. Come on, it's a fake. They don't ask. They ask for. I guess. Do they ask for a sin?
Yeah. No,
They do not ask for sin.
It's not
All
that,
right.
but if you claim to be
I
Yakuza,
imagine a runner
imagine if
bar.
someone-
Well, I put
would
like Yakuza, and then I kind of like in parentheses. I put it in parentheses like freelance, like temp,
I was just thinking,
I'm here for the Yakuza, but I myself am free.
The reason I was saying that there's a problem is that the Yakuza being a criminal organization and not just a gang of thugs.
You
I
also
imagine
got to
if
realize
someone
I have
We're not
I have the
regular
mentor
runners.
spirit Dragon Slayer. My character loves taking pot shots at the big guys.
Yeah, I actually understand that.
Well and good. I'm trying to get a point across. It's that the Yakuza, like if someone walks into an establishment and starts saying, "Yeah, I'm with the Yakuza," that's gonna draw the Yakuza's attention because then they'll be like,
The thing is, I
Yes,
don't think,
he knows
I
that.
don't think
who is claiming to have ties with us?
I don't think these people will fact check it unless things go wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe these people won't, but you don't know there's not other Yakuza in earshot.
Well, we aren't saying that out loud.
I'm not saying it out
We wrote
loud.
it on a
Yeah, it's not
piece of
being- yes.
paper, and
Do I have to roll anything to try and write in a handwriting that's not native to my own?
I think you do.
that-
There is a knowledge.
Forgery.
Charisma's high enough.
That will be forgery.
Yeah, that would be forgery.
Shit, I don't
There's-
think I have anything underneath forgery. Where is forgery?
You
Can
sure
I
forgery
default on forgery?
based.
Yes.
Logic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a logic default,
Alright.
which you should be fairly good at.
Oh
Yeah.
god, that's not it. That's
Are
not
you
it.
sure it's?
That's not
Basically-
a glitch.
Like
Are
just
you
doesn't
sure
look
it's
you
like yours.
forgery?
start writing like different, but your hand like by the time you finish it, you realize your handwriting's defaulted to your own.
Ugh.
Are you sure it's
Actually,
forgery? Because,
supremely unlucky.
are you sure it's forgery? Because there is specifically a knowledge skill for writing in other languages.
It's
Well,
forgery.
he wasn't.
There's no
He wasn't trying
the
to.
ability.
Not in.
There's the knowing the ability. There's knowing how to write in other languages, and there's
I'm
actually
writing
the
in English
ability
anyway.
of
Yeah,
writing
it's not
in
writing in
different
another
hands.
language. It's writing in a handwriting that isn't
Oh.
his, which is explicitly forgery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to accept that one and just be like, alright, I'm gonna need to make sure we scrub this place good. Well then,
Sorry, I thought you were saying you
Uh,
were writing Japanese.
Once the orca puts away the paper, and then he seems to fiddle with his wrist a bit, and another troll comes out from the back, and he makes his way over to the bar.
Hmm?
I'm to escort you to your table, sir.
excellent.
Oh, I thought we were scheduling this for the time that like the actual run is going down. There wasn't like a
Yeah,
schedule a time
There
for
was
the.
there was 24 hours between when you were given the task and when.
Okay, so we're
Yes.
casing this while everybody else is
yeah,
waiting in the car.
yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay.
Okay, so I should
let
have
Ball
me-
all.
isn't gonna.
can I just can I make a phone call right quick, or I'll call them and let them know where the arrangements have been made? And am I allowed to do that in the room? I don't know how you all have set up your
Oh,
chambers.
you can do that here, or you can do that there. It doesn't really matter to me.
Bobal is fully kitted right now. He wouldn't walk in with a ballistic shield and an armored vest on.
Please don't.
I guess it is kind of good that we had the
I'll do it
people
in the
who
room.
like.
I say, this is why you have teach.
I'm guessing. I think it's probably a good thing that we have the people who like ooze corporate and the people who like are very obviously runners going in separately. That actually works really well for our cover.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am really happy with teach. He works really fucking well.
And I feel like
We have two.
I feel like the way I built Coin, he like works perfectly as like being the like show muscle for Teach to like sell his like
Until the actual muscle shows up.
Yeah.
well
Yeah, people think you're the muscle, but then the action.
well
Yeah.
right now you guys would be coming in as the team we're meeting
Yeah.
and
So that
I
means we
would be
work in the
there
class.
as like
All right. So yeah, I follow the troll and I say, I'll call them in the room. Last thing I want is for someone around here to have prying ears.
and I am
Okay.
going to follow behind
He's-
Teach.
He's basically going to.
Ooh. So I was.
Are you putting your audio assist back on at this point?
He's
I
going to lead you to the back room. He's going to start leading you towards the back room.
Okay.
So I was
As
checking Google, and it turns out that I can learn a mage spell as a physical adept. I can get
The-
adept spell as a skill.
Adept spell is a skill.
Yeah.
That's not the door that
Oh.
you're going in.
Okay.
He leads you through the nice double doors, not the side emergency door.
Okay. Good, because I thought that was weird. And I imagine Coin would have
what's
thought
this
that was
down
weird.
here at the end of the hallway?
That looks like to be some keg of some sort.
A what?
A keg.
A keg. Okay then.
It's an explosive
Alcohol.
device.
No, I know what a
Speak it.
keg is. Yes, I know what a keg is. I was like, what is
Just
that?
use
And you said-
Keg doesn't mean it's got booze in it.
I think it might be worth noting that Coin seems very in his element right now.
Yeah, do
possibly.
either of us.
It's going to lead you to this small. To the wall. So basically, there's kind of like felt walls, and they actually are made out of some sort of sound dampening material because despite as basically introduces you to the tape, basically indicates to the table. But as you kind of walk past, you note that there's actually there's two people in the booth across the hallway, which, despite being that close, you actually can't hear anything of their conversation.
They have special tokens. We're screwed.
But like Teach like at doing this looks actually like more in his element than he does like on runs and stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, he looks the same. You guys misunderstand. I have Kinesics 3.
No,
I rarely
sorry, not Teach. I meant Coin.
Coin. Yeah, Coin. Yes, Teach. He looks the same as always. Kinesics.
Like,
By the way,
is, I would like. I'm not like doing any sort of performance here. This is just like Coin is doing what Coin does, even though he hasn't been doing it for like a year and a half. This is what Coin does.
Can I fit my ballistic shield in my duffel bag?
Do you really think they're gonna let you walk in with a duffel bag?
Yeah, see,
Oh,
that's
fair
the
point.
thing I was about to say. They are probably not. Yeah, I look around.
Oh yeah, are you guys carrying any weapons by the way right now? Or did you? Were you
Yeah, I'm
searched?
carrying
I
all
have
my-
I have my light pistol and my concealed quick draw. Would they have like checked for weapons or like?
Anything larger than a pistol would not have been allowed.
Okay, but I would
What
have.
kind?
They're letting you keep your sidearms. Note,
Okay.
however, the trolls are very, very well armed.
Yeah, like they're letting us keep our sidearms because our sidearms aren't a problem for their security.
Yeah, I have the taser. I still have my taser. I have my Warhawk, and I have my holdout.
I'm actually wondering like if Teach would pick up on like just how at home.
I was going to mention
Coin
something
is.
when I got in the room. I didn't want to say it while we were in front of other people.
Yeah.
Wouldn't having a Shadowrun bar where you're not allowed weapons be kind of like running a restaurant where it's suit and tie only and then telling people they're not allowed to wear the suit inside?
Well, the thing is that it's different out in the front of the runner establishment. And, I mean, runner bars, you'd probably be expected that, like, everybody's packing at least a little bit, but heavy weapons would still be out of place.
It's just like
Is there
checking
a
in
door
your.
over here to this, or...
It is a wall.
Alright.
So you basically have the very far corner.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, I say as I step inside.
Yeah,
This
as you put on your AR glasses again, you'll probably see all the stuff that I've been finding in the Matrix and marking, like all of the other people's comics that are around here. And then on the second floor, there would be like a strange icon with a marking that says antenna ? Target ?
I'm gonna lead the party full metal when it gets here to you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And he's going to walk off.
I'm gonna suggest that Teach sits in the corner and then I sit next to him.
I do that, and as we sit down, I say, "You're quite in your element."
Yeah, I've been to a lot of meets.
Hey.
And you probably know how long he's been running, and would probably think it's interesting that he's been to a lot of meets when he's only been running for a year and a half.
Oh yeah, Tetris would definitely have told you about that. Like we met before, so he
let
would
me
have told
guess,
you everything
I
I
say.
found about new.
What? What
Lem-
did Teach say?
Let me guess. You've never been the Johnson. You've never been a Johnson, but you've met many Mr. Johnsons, haven't you? Now the only
Not as
question
many as
is, which corp were you from?
How much would I know about your history?
Teach plays it very fucking cool because of Kinesics and Cool Resolve. I literally have like adept powers to prevent you from being able to read me easily, but he does not hide the fact that he is X-Corp, nor does he hide the fact that he's very well educated. It's obvious that he's come from a past that
I think
is
he meant
tied.
I guess I'm. May I roll my knowledge as technology to see if I like pick up on any like.
I would say yes. I don't know what Clem would say, but I would say yes.
Like, can I just like see if I've ever picked up on any like as technology like quirks? Like a certain way they do things.
You roll something, and depending on how good I think you roll, I'll tell you something of magnitude.
Yeah,
Right,
that's a good one.
I'm gonna roll 9 with no situational modifiers. 2 successes.
He does
Clem,
mention Forced Awakening a couple of times in like his own private research.
Clem,
Yes.
I was wondering. So I had a look at the spell list for what adept spell I can get, and there's 2 lightning spells. Can I have them both?
You can
Just
only take one spell per adept spell you get.
I know, but you can only get a adept spell once. I was just wondering if you would be nice enough to house rule it. Because one is a single target lightning bolt, and one is an area spell, which is ball lightning. Because they're both like.
I think this might be a conversation to be had.
Yeah, I think this might be between sessions.
Yeah.
It just.
And we're approaching the 5-hour mark, so let's.
Yeah.
Let's
strike. Yeah.
I
Let's just
sit
wait.
down, pull out a comlink, and into the comlink say, "Alright, I'm in. I have a room underneath the party full metal. And in case you all are curious, the Yaks probably aren't going to be very happy with us after this, but fuck them."
And just out of curiosity, you said, did I get enough from that roll that like I would have like pegged you as ex-Azzy?
The quote I said was, "I talk a lot about a forced awakening as my own research." Which, if you know anything about what Aztechnology likes to research, yeah, that's pretty Aztec.
That's actually a glitch, by the way.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, because I rolled 5 1s.
Oh.
It's not a critical glitch because I got successes.
I'm not sure how to do glitch.
Okay.
I guess.
He mentions Forced Awakening as his own personal research. However, you've never heard him speak Aslan.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that with only 2 successes and a glitch, I haven't pegged you as ex-Azzy, so...
You can be suspicious. I would say it's reasonable for you to be suspicious that's where I'm from, but no, not pegged.
I breathe out, and very slowly I say, as technology. Very slowly, like, as technology.
What gave it away?
Oh, I was talking about me. No, Coin says that.
No, I know. Oh. Huh. Funny. Small world.
What's wrong with being from Aztechnology?
Well,
they do some fucked up magic stuff.
Out of character, I know Teach's backstory and and like his history with the Azzies. In character, I don't know that, but I also know that the Azzies are definitely one of the like freakiest corps to most people.
fair.
Fuck yeah.
I know they're bad guys because in when roleplay was doing mirror shades,
Ritual
the
sacrifice people
the
of hundreds of
Aztecs.
people to grow crops.
They literally you sell mystic adept veins as a reagent on the market.
Yeah,
Jesus
they're
Christ.
like the blood
That's-
magic-y corp.
Yes, they literally
So when,
they sanction blood magic.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
When I was watching Mirror Shades, the Aztec Corp were portrayed as being like the baddest bad guys. So I was wondering.
you still gotta deal with Lawfare.
Yeah, but Lawfare's not a bad guy, usually.
By the
Burn all
way,
your edge to ever exist to pet him.
Clem, would I know if I could pack an armored jacket into this car?
It looks a bit. It would probably look a bit off, but
They wouldn't be surprised.
If you're a runner party, especially considering you're being requested to
Meet someone.
you have a meet there.
Well,
So, as teachers calling us to come in, I'm gonna.
I haven't
ask,
called anyone in yet.
Okay.
This is happening before I get to call you guys.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to comment to teach that, like, I actually probably have met fewer Johnsons than a runner of my like the same time experience.
I shrug. Well, this seems like a conversation for the two of us to have in greater depth later. Perhaps right now we should focus on getting our crew in here. Now then, we have a few choices. I don't know if it's a good idea to start with Bullball coming into the room. I don't even know if I want Tetris coming in, because he tends to be better at long range. Sparky, I could see her being good in here. She's good at stealth. I can see Red being good in here. I don't know about Bullball.
I say we bring the whole crew in. They are meant to be a runner party after all. When we're in action, this place makes a nice insulated area for Tetris to wait.
Makes sense. Alright, I lean back on the comm and say, alright, I've requested a table for us in the back room underneath the party name Full Metal. Yes, I know, Red. Stupid name. I can't get it out of my head. That damn first intro song is so fucking catchy. But yes, just I would advise all of you to come in and pose as a runner group. Currently, I have led them to believe that I am working for the Yakuza.
And at this, like, Coin tenses because Coin wasn't in the loop on that. And Coin says, I see why the bartender reacted the way he did.
Red
could've
very
been-
quickly chimed in. You
Could've
know
at
we're
least
all
been-
meta types, right?
Yes, expendable assets.
Yeah, the runner crews
Yeah.
don't typically have to line up with the politics of the group hiring them.
You are literally hired so that way you can do a job for them and then they can forget about you, kill you, or just maybe occasionally string you along. It is not the strangest thing we have done.
And quite honestly, hiring runner crews that don't fit the profile for what your people would look like is probably smart.
Just think of it this
That
way.
makes sense.
Just think of it this way. If they wanted, a proper Yakuza group to come in and take care of the job for them, they would have just pulled some strings and called in the Red Samurai. Or some other Japan Corp special ops unit. Either way, you all are safe to come in. I would advise all of you to come in. Be mildly armed. Not heavily. They will stop you for trying to carry arms larger than a pistol, but if you can get around that, feel free to try yourself. As for us, well, I look at the glass. I still have a Coke and rum to finish. Good luck. We'll meet you when you all get in here.
So, If I were to wear a jacket, could I put the ballistic shield under the jacket on my back? I'm kidding. I'm
It's
totally
a bit
kidding.
big to do that.
I'm just kidding. Don't ever do it. Take me seriously, please. That'd be funny, though.
As
Yeah,
I
I would
finish,
have
just
pointed out the same thing that Teach already mentioned, that like Bull Ball and Tetris could stay outside, but I mean we've already.
Yeah,
I also look over at Coin and say, "Hey, Dragon Slayer, I like to kick the big guys in the nuts."
I will very
I
quickly.
don't know that. I don't know that Coin would know what that means. Coin has like no magic knowledge whatsoever.
True, I don't think any of you guys would actually fully know what that means.
I definitely wouldn't.
Like, you guys don't know how much of an anomaly
No.
Teach is when it comes to magic. I'm a hermetic mage with a mentor spirit.
No, but actually, on a out of character level, the Dragon Slayer lore is actually something that I know. But on an in character level, like Teach isn't a Coin isn't a magic guy.
Let's just
Have you
head in
noticed that
real
Teach
quick.
has never made a promise?
Yeah.
So
Very purposely avoiding that one, because I have a bad feeling sooner or later I'm going to fuck up a promise so bad that the only way I can get over the -1 dice pool modifier to all dice rolls is to spend karma to make it go away.
So I get out, load my extended clip of Stick and Shock, put it in my concealed holster,
Yeah,
start walking up to the door with Tetris.
I'm gonna keep my holdout. I don't actually have tail runs for that one, but I hope I'm not gonna have to use it. And I'm not taking my submachine guns.
Oh man, I want to get a submachine gun. Honestly, I'm taking my machine pistol and my armored jacket.
There is a
And as
submachine
I'm
gun.
walking in, can I do matrix perception to see if I see anything on the second floor besides that antenna thing?
Go ahead and try to do matrix perception. And there is a machine gun in Shadowrun that is disguised as a briefcase.
Nice.
What book is that in?
I imagine Cutting Aces.
It's
all the.
no, it's in like run and gun or gun.
Oh, okay.
heaven.
I was just thinking because a lot of the disguised stuff is in Cutting Aces.
You do not see anything more than the antenna.
Oh, there's flamethrowers.
Oh my gosh, is our troll gonna get a flamethrower?
Oh no!
In flanking Tetris, me in front, Bull in the back. Use my squad tactics to make sure we stay like that. Or
And
my security tactics. Got to protect the decker kind of a thing.
I imagine that either Tetris I imagine either Tetris or Sparky is sort of taking point because they have the most look like they could be the face of the group. Because we're going to a meet, not to a fight.
Oh, that's true.
We'll probably have Sparky
Yeah.
go in first.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
Sparky.
It's up to you guys. I'm just
And
Yes, let the one with
We're
no.
pretending to be
It's-
Yakuza.
we're going... You're not pretending to be Yakuza, you're pretending to be runners. Well, you are runners, being runners. We are the guys who are there on behalf of the Yakuza.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I
up to
mean.
you.
If we're pretending to.
No,
Well, for the
Teach and
Yakuza.
I are here, are pretending to be on the behalf of the Yakuza. We're pretending that you are runners, we're...
okay.
So you guys just need to look like runners.
Okay.
And because you're going into a meet and not into a fight, I'm saying that you should be arranged with, like, the person who looks most like they would be the face at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Sparky wants to go ahead then.
Yuki has 5 charisma, so if anyone has
Yeah, that
more
makes
than
sense.
her,
Yeah.
Because Tetris has none.
I think I have 5 charisma. Let me check. I do. I have 5 charisma.
Okay, then yeah, you should definitely be at the front because you've got that, like, you look
Yeah.
like you're the face.
I have 1 dice on negotiation. 1.
I don't
If
have
I'm dealing with a
negotiation.
human, I have 0. So
I don't have negotiation.
This is
At all.
fun. Now everyone sees why they should not upset the face.
It's fine. It's fine. We just have to like tell them we're here for a meet, and that's it.
Yeah.
Is Yuki the face then?
Do you enter the
Yes.
quote unquote, yes.
Yeah. You're the fake face.
Rude.
Yeah, we enter the establishment. If
Okay, you're stopped by the dwarf. Do you have your membership?
I just cross my arms and look at Sparky.
I shoot. Do we have memberships? Do we get them?
Nope.
Nope, you guys are gonna have to pay that.
But we know that it's
Maybe
just a
you
form
should-
and a fee, so
Maybe
we already
you should
heard
just
all of that.
mention the party.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
How much did it cost? How much did it cost for the membership?
I would
It was
mention
100. Yeah.
the like that you're here as a party under Full Metal before you pay, but I think you're still gonna have to pay.
Probably, yeah, but yeah, mention that.
Okay, then when the person says membership, where's your membership? Yuki's just gonna give a sweetest smile and just pull out a cred stick and just say, I don't have a membership, and then hand it to the person and say,
You're,
Wait,
yeah.
you're
we're-
not
we're
gonna
in a
ask
party.
about the party first.
Yeah, we're in a party.
I think you're still gonna have to pay. I think that's how that works, but I think you should mention first at least.
You're a little young to be going to a club.
Well, what am I saying then? That
That you're in a party under full, listed under Full Metal.
Oh, in that
dwarf
case,
hasn't. The dwarf hasn't even taken the cred stick from you. He just looks at you. Aren't you a little young to be going to a club?
In that case, Yuki just smiles and again gives her a sweetest smile. And instead of handing the cred stick to him, she just says, "I'm here with Full Metal."
Oh. Just a quick second. Just pat you down. There's a limit on the size of the firearms that you can carry in this establishment.
She's got a pistol, flashbangs.
Basically,
two
the dwarf is going to go pat down everyone, and
Yeah.
once space, if so long as there's nothing larger than a pistol on you guys, or
what is that? That's the thing I forgot to actually do. What's the maximum amount of flashbangs I can have at once, and how much do they cost?
We'll do
will not be
flashbang
allowed
if you
to
don't
carry
have
a
them.
flashbang in here. You will not be allowed to have a flashbang.
I was going to say she'd have them sort of like a tool belt around her waist, where she's just got
Yeah, no,
she needs.
he's going to he's just going to look at you. I'm going to have to confiscate those until you leave.
And she just looks at them and just shrugs, like, okay, no problem with that.
Yeah.
I sent her a message, turn the wireless on.
Oh God.
While we're all in there?
Just in case.
Oh,
I just
she
realized.
turns her wireless off then. Tell her to.
No, turn the wireless on the flashbangs is what he was saying.
Oh.
All I have is a heavy pistol and a smoke grenade.
Okay, that's just brilliant. Just shit goes down and just boom.
Literally. I hand over my smoke
I
grenade.
love that.
I'd just like
And
to
then I
point
show
out,
him my
Clem, you were the one that
pistol.
said we should go about this social.
Ryan's with D&D and
Oh, awesome.
Then
Yeah,
I
I will quickly send a message to all of you saying, turn the wireless on everything you give him.
Well, in theory, I
so-
should be.
sorry, I
able
had to answer.
keep
I had to
my
answer the door again. But so what did I just briefly miss after the terrible suggestion to?
I have one smoke grenade and my heavy pistol, and that's all.
I got two
Basically-
successes as my
I do
charisma.
hand over the smoke grenade.
As I'm being
Uh,
Is I'm being
Is everybody? Are you seriously turning the wireless on your flashbangs on?
I'm not.
Just
if
confirming.
if she's
If-
told
I mean,
to,
the flashbangs that they're going to give away to the guard. I mean, not that they keep them.
what does it take to activate the wireless? Is that like a
They have to
physical
hack-
action? Will they see me do it?
They have to. They have to hack the grenade. So, in order for an individual to access the wireless, they have to hack the grenade. Oh, they have to hack your comlink, and then they can send the signals from your comlink to the grenade to detonate.
But keep in mind, if you have the wireless on, it's obvious to everyone around that it's there.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
And
See,
everything
that's-
else.
that's-
Asking. Because if you
Um,
turn on all
no.
the wireless, everyone's going to know there's a bandolier of flashbangs just sitting in there waiting to go
she's
off.
not going
yeah,
to.
that's actually true.
No, she's not going to because that would be silly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I should have had them on and running silent.
Shut up. She doesn't know that. She hasn't done this.
Yeah, no,
stuff
she doesn't
before.
know that. It's fine.
by the
I mean,
way,
it's just a really great distraction.
he wasn't actively hiding it, but my pistol has a concealment rating of -3, so they probably would have
With a
spotted
pat
it in a
down.
pat down,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
Um,
they're doing pat downs.
yeah, so
Basically, once
but
you
it's within
mentioned
their limits anyways.
Yeah. Once you mentioned that you're with the party Full Metal, the dwarf pats you down, indicates to follow the troll on the other side to your meeting.
I'm just
Okay. So we follow the troll.
And you are
Yuki
now.
is gonna look around, see if she sees anything. Not
There are
specifically
people
looking
drinking.
for anything.
We'll do a little dance.
Smoking.
and
There's people on the stage.
would they have
Uh,
taken my rigger command console off me? I'm curious if
That it looks like a briefcase.
yeah.
That is the thing with the RCC. They wouldn't have. They would ask that you keep it off.
Okay.
That is all.
All right. I'm also looking at the concealability modifiers. I love the modifier for machine gun, rocket launcher, missile launcher, staff, claymore, metahuman body, +10 / forget about it.
Yep.
That is the best concealability modifier.
That's what my shotgun has.
Yeah.
My shotgun has a 16.
Wow.
To concealability,
Yeah,
shotguns are normally
I think so. Wait, let me check.
It's a full auto shotgun.
shotguns. Shotguns are equivalent to or a +6 according to the table. Maybe yours has a different modifier.
Yeah, probably. Because
I'm
it's
pretty
full
sure
auto.
mine was a +16 because
Feel free to move your tokens to keep up
Yeah.
with things because things.
Um,
But he's
Move my character sheet out of the way.
he's going to walk you. He stops at the door and just points to the back. He stops at the door, holding it open, and he points to the corner where the others are.
so
That's what-
Yuki looks around once he's finished talking to the person asking for memberships and stuff. Looks around. Does she see anything with one success? Does anything stand out?
As you just like walk about.
Yeah, she's just glancing around. She's not looking for anything. She's just looking. She's not been here
you
before, so she's curious.
You notice that the barkeep looks at you a bit interestingly for a moment and goes back to doing his stuff. After basically plays you a glance that lingers for a bit longer than one would expect.
Is there like an insight roll? Can I pick anything up from that?
Judge intentions.
How do I roll for that?
It's one of the combined stat things you can roll.
Where do I?
The main page of the character sheet.
Oh. There it is.
That might come from the modifications to it.
I don't think so. It's a really big shotgun and it's fully automatic.
But I don't see any
I got 4
note.
successes.
I don't see any note about its concealability
Yeah,
in
it
its
doesn't.
description and run and gun.
Yeah, neither do I. I don't know why.
mean,
I think it might be in the
we'll consider
base.
that away. So.
Yeah, I feel like that might even be a typo because shotguns should be +6 and that's +16.
Maybe.
Well, unless it's adding all the clips and... Actually, no, you're right. That is weird.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you guys are right. He seems to walk back off to somewhere.
I rolled 4 successes with judge intentions.
Honestly, you're not quite sure. He seemed to be slightly interested in you for some reason.
Oh.
Like you can't quite tell precisely why.
I think that would concern her. I think that might bother her a bit because she doesn't know him. Why should he be interested in her? She might say something to the group. The bartender was staring at her. Right.
Maybe he think you're cute.
Yuki just scrunches up her face in disgust. Ew! He's old.
It is the world. What are you saying ew about? What do you expect?
What's up? I
People
say
gotta
just
have-
finishing my Coke and rum.
And Yuki's like, oh man, that's disgusting.
Okay, what's going on?
What
I
do
say just
you
looking at the
expect?
group. Confused.
We're
So-
talking about the bartender staring at Yuki.
Oh, that
Yeah.
guy. Oh yeah, he's a mage. I'd stay the fuck away from him if I were you. He's
And you-
probably,
Mage and oozing
Uh,
plainclothes security, I add.
I forward everyone my nice floor plan that I've painted where the mage is marked with a skull and the
yeah,
guard's position are marked. In
stay away from him. If my readings are
and-
right, he's got more magic to him than even I do. He's not a mystic adept, nor is he even a full magician, but his pure magical ability is stronger than mine. So
Yeah.
it's not the best idea to engage him in a direct magic firefight.
and
And we
Yuki's
don't
just
know
like,
what his
I-
aspect is, so there's also that. God help
And-
us if it's summoning. Ugh.
It probably
and
is,
and
considering the
Yuki's like,
security.
I wasn't planning to fight him. Just like, why would that even be an issue?
Because shit goes sideways, kids.
And I'm like, anyway, so the only thing that I've seen in here that could potentially be what we are looking for is that thing up on the second floor, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
put the mark that I've seen that I couldn't identify on everyone's AR.
So
Is
we
there a
gotta
way
figure
to
out
get
how to
up there,
bust it out of here.
Yuki's got her head tilted to the side. She's looking confused, and it's clearly trying to figure out how one shit sideways.
Um,
Oh,
and
I'm
If
joking.
Yuki
I'm
were
joking.
if Yuki were to ask, Bobo would demonstrate it.
Good thing you didn't ask.
I couldn't identify it yet. I can try and hack it, but I have no idea how difficult it's gonna be.
Just get us a way up there.
So what?
Right. By the way, have I seen any like security host in here or something?
There is a host running the whole. There's a host running everything. You have not been given a mark to access the host, however.
Yeah, sure.
Did we see
however,
any cameras on our way in?
cameras, not that you could tell. However, Coin, you do note that you actually do have access to the host.
Okay.
As does Teach.
I make it clear that we have access to the host and say,
Hmm.
Tetris, you might want to use this, and I pass it over to him.
I will, and I'm just gonna enter. I'm gonna go into Colton and gonna enter the host
Oh,
and
speaking of
just
which,
take a look around.
what'd you guys think of my little fill-in on that sheet? It was the best thing I could think of in the moment.
Volley would have been more fitting, but you are right.
Why would we want the Vori? Then they'll
The
get shit
fewer
for
ties,
what
the
we're about to
Oh,
do.
fair point. Yes, fair point. I forgot about it.
No, I'm giving the Yakuza more shit. Let the Yak sort it out for us.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get that far. Last thing we need is more breath on us.
Are you saying this out loud in front of Yuki?
Yeah.
Yuki's just like, wait, Yakuza, what did you do?
I said we were
Yeah.
working for the Yakuza, I say.
Yeah. Meanwhile, by the way,
Sorry.
Tetris is like sat at the table, but like slumped over with his head rested.
I'll
on his
hold you
hands.
up.
Yeah.
You
By the
up
way-
and
And
keep you in place.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just-
sending everyone a message. Keep a lookout. They're not gonna like me doing this if they know.
Yuki's eyes just widen. She looks panicked. She looks like she's about to run.
Why are you so concerned?
And she just says through gritted teeth, because my parents will come looking for me.
I'm gonna reassure her that this won't get out to them unless
It-
things go very wrong here.
Who's your parents? I say.
And that's not gonna happen.
My voice getting a very deep tone to them.
My hand goes to my pistol.
And she's just like, I don't know. I just know they work for the Yakuza. They're bad people. That's why I ran away.
Oh,
I left.
I look over at Red and say in Russian, for once, you're fucking right.
I just nod.
okay.
Never should have picked her up.
Just rude.
You're Yakuza in a group full of people with Russian ties.
It's a miracle you're not
this-
dead yet.
Anyone know which book the extended clip is in? I'm just trying to look at it for stuff.
Let's see.
That's
Oops, no,
strange.
not that.
I would have thought it was in the base one. Either way, it seems as though
Not that
we
one.
got two guards by the doors. We got the mage behind the bar. Don't know what
Dude.
type he is, but we shouldn't mess with him. We got
Do the Vori
hard
accept
target 180.
metahumans?
Well,
the
I'm a
Vori
troll.
Do the Vori accept metahumans more than the Yakuza do?
yeah.
I'm a troll, and I'm in the Vori, and my contact is a troll in the
All
Vori.
right. In that case, you could appeal to Yuki with that. If the Vori and your contacts,
We
are
don't
more
have a
accepting-
reason to bring that up at the moment. In fact, Teach has more reasons to keep you quiet and stay the fuck away from you at the moment.
Well, no, it's the fact that her family has shunned her and treated her like an outcast.
We'll see.
We
We'll
don't
see.
know that.
We don't know that.
We're just getting started. This is the first time you brought it up to our characters, and I go, look. Unless shit goes really fucking sideways, which I'd like to keep it from not going that way, kid. So if you can keep your cool, most likely your parents won't even give two shits.
She just gulps and laughs nervously, and
Yeah.
just nods and just shifts uncomfortably.
I chime in English. Look, kid, if they haven't found you by now, they're not going to find you from this.
Last I checked, you're not the one that's left any form of paper trail. I have my handwriting, which will be a bitch and a half to deal with, but I can figure out. But maybe I can get a favor or two to get rid of that. Definitely.
Meanwhile, in the Matrix,
Meanwhile, with Tetris in the
okay.
Matrix.
So I've entered the host and I'd like to just look around what I can do in the host right now.
What aspect would be good for Yuki? Because I wanted her to have one when I played her in a different campaign.
Let's
remember
talk
what
about that
she
later.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll Matrix Perception for.
I do like the Dragon Slayer aspect.
We'll figure that out later, dude.
4 successes.
Yeah. What do I see?
Clem.
1 second.
Okay. Okay.
So, as you look in the Matrix, you've picked up a lot more clearly now. You pick up the things that you've already picked up.
Yuki is staring at her comlink, and she's just like, what? What? She's just confused. She's just got a message. She's just got a message, and she's very confused by it.
The Matrix basically the end. From what you think is an antenna, there's definitely something up there. You note that the guard is actually standing on the wall. You actually can pick up the guard's comm link. He's standing at the wall about yay. If you can see in the fog of war that.
No, we can't.
Okay, basically, as I draw an arrow, so that is not an arrow. Basically, that line points straight to where the guard is.
Okay, but that's still on the ground level, so I don't.
That's still on the ground level. That is still on the ground level.
Clem,
so I still don't see anything on the second floor. Except
Clem, I replied to your message, but I think you're marked as busy, so you don't see it. I don't know.
I am marked as busy, but I did notice because you pointed it out to me.
Right.
And short answer, no.
Try again.
What?
Short answer?
Short answer to your question, Doozer, no.
Okay. In that case, she will probably tell the party the message she just got because she doesn't know. She's got no reason not to tell the party. She just shows them the message she just got.
What is the message?
The message says, "Ladder hidden behind the barrels leads to second floor."
Okay.
I nod at that. Good start. I look across the hallway. How do you want to deal with those two?
Actually, Tetris, roll me one more Matrix Perception.
Oh. Four.
You notice a Matrix persona. The Matrix persona looks very well decorated. A figure with a black suit and tie, very nice hat, and a distinctive red cane, seeming to stroll out of the host.
I just sent you a message, Clem.
Okay. Oh, I forgot I would have had running silent on for all of this. So, I guess I could say that I was in hot sim all the time. I can't say. So that persona that's coming, do they notice me?
The persona, they are leaving the host.
Okay. Is there a way for me? Well, I mean, is there a way for me to find out more about them? But for that, I guess I would have to hack persona, right?
Anyhow, well, basically they're exiting the host as you finally see them. So basically, you get the parting image of them as they are, but somebody else was in the host.
Okay. Can I save the image?
Yeah, you can say you can memorize what the persona looked like.
Okay. Right. So I make a note of that, and then I just check what the host controls, like to what I have access.
Mostly the AR stuff in front space. The kitchen the kitchen and the ordering and whatnot.
Can I? I'm just gonna retcon a tiny bit. She doesn't show you the message. She gets up and walks away.
Actually, I'm just going to clarify this now.
She just says, I've got to do something. Goes.
While I did say, so Doozer, while I did say the message is that you have no way of confirming that.
All right,
Doozer.
Yeah, I know.
There is, much like the one that
Tetris
received.
Where are the barrels anyway?
There is no sender.
God damn it.
All right.
If you get up to move, I will pull my pistol on you.
I guess I don't see the message coming in right because I'm still like in hot sim actually.
Are these the barrels?
You would note that the message appears in a notes in a similar manner, but
It should be
what is?
I'm saying that. Is this the barrels?
Yes, those are. That's where there were like kegs of drink.
Yuki goes to stand up. She sees you pull a pistol, and she's just like, "I got a message telling me to go to the barrels."
By
My
who?
hand
You're gonna go to
goes to.
She shows you the message. Doesn't have a sender.
I should notice that. I look at the message. Does it have the same corruption things that the first one had?
There is no corruption on this message, however.
I look up at Tetris. What
doesn't look
is it
like
a
the
burner
other
com?
one.
What comm link is this on? Dozer, which comm link?
Oh, I actually don't know. Clem didn't say.
Is it on a burner comm?
Oh,
yes,
I'd assume so.
Yes, it will be on a burner comm.
On the ground underneath foot.
By the way, my hand has gone to my own pistol. Seeing someone pull a gun at the table.
I drop the comm link onto the ground, crunch it.
I've drawn mine as well.
Yuki just looks horrified, and she's like, "I paid for that."
I pass you another one. Don't mess with that. So you know how how Tetris randomly got a message on his comm link the other day? We went
and she just nods.
I found a guy that knew my friend Clancy. He's a technomancer, and he agreed to look at the message for us. Dude nearly shat himself just by looking at the message. Apparently, it's some sort of dissident technomancer, whatever the fuck it is. Basically, it's the toxic form of technomancers. Those guys just want to fuck everything about technology. They get anywhere near your stuff, destroy it, delete it, restart it. Whatever you have to do to remove all traces of it. If a note randomly pops up on your phone, take a picture of it with another comm link, and then destroy it.
She just nods. Okay, I will. And then she looks at the comm link. She's like, "Can't take a picture of that message now, though."
I already did it.
I put my weapon back away.
Look,
I'm trying. That was my attempt to subtly railroad you towards things, but
That's good.
No,
because
that's
we-
fine.
No, I
Yeah.
have guns on each other because that's what we are.
Why did you
That's
do
what
it to
a gun
Dozer?
is.
Why did you do it
We-
to Dozer though? She's the one that.
So
She drew too. Well, she got up to leave.
yeah, she got up to leave.
There's a
We just
reason-
talked about her
there is-
being
There
Yax.
is a reason. There is character reasons.
We
Okay,
just
then.
finished talking about her being Yakuza, and she gets up to leave out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Too.
Look.
To be
I'm gonna say
to be fair, I did say before, before when I was saying that Yuki actually spends a few seconds looking at her comlink. She's clearly got a message and is confused by it.
For all I know, it could be
When-
from your parents.
and Coin is when he sees other people relaxing their weapons, Coin is going to say, "This group has some serious things to learn about trust."
Coin,
Trusting Yak. You're funny.
Coin, I have a reason to trust you. I have a reason to trust Red. I have a reason to trust Tetris. Hell, I have a reason to trust Bullball. I look over at Sparky. I don't have many reasons to trust her yet. That I stand up.
There's not trusting someone, and then there's pulling a gun on someone.
Last I checked, I wasn't one who pulled a gun.
I nod at that, and I'm just saying, I know in this business, trust is a rare commodity. We need to be able to trust each other enough not to pull guns on each other when we stand up from a table.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tetris is laying like passed out.
Look, I agree with you, Coin. Right now is not the time. And with that, I'm just gonna walk out of the room and say, I'm gonna take a stretch. You all think over. I am very visibly like trying to make a grandiose sort of thing about this. Like, I'm going to take a stretch.
Yeah.
You all
Yeah, he's definitely not going towards the barrels.
think over our little discussion. And with that, I just kind of walk over here.
So just an out of character thing that my character would definitely know in character. Would I have gotten up to follow him, like, if I was playing the, like, muscle for a Johnson at a meet? Would I have gotten up to follow him when he got from the table, or would I have stayed in the...
You would stay by the principal, yes. You would stay with the Johnson.
Okay, I was fairly sure that's how it would work, but I just wanted to make sure, so...
All right.
Out of character. Yeah, so...
I walk towards the door and whisper to you, stay here.
And I'm
quickly
gonna...
to clarify, I'm not seeing anything in the host that's like security related, or it would help me like get more access to
I
it.
mean, there is a tray that basically the IC of the ice. So the countermeasures and whatnot for people that try to break the stuff. But
Yuki just pipes up. She's like, I know you don't trust the message, but we should check out the barrels anyway. I mean, if there's more people waiting to attack us, isn't it better to ambush them first?
Teach said wait, so we wait.
I just step
And
outside.
I'm gonna whisper to Teach that it might look weirder if I don't follow him than to have two of us walking around.
I nod my head at that. I say, I'm not gonna walk around. I said, wait here. And with that, I turn back around and walk back to the group.
Okay.
I come back into the room, sit down beside Yuki. So, how good are you at being a rat?
A rat?
Sneaky, slippery.
Well, I can get around. I can get in and out of places. Her sneak is she just shrugs and says, "I have a rating 6 in sneak." Why do you ask? I
Because I'd like
I would have to put a number to how good I can stealth.
Because I'd like
Yes.
you to try and sneak past me and go and see about this keg.
Eek.
Okay.
Yeah, Sparky, go take a look at the keg.
And then,
I say
in
as I
case
slip
something,
past you.
and in case something goes wrong, I want you to make a fuss, so that way then, Coin will hear it, come and tell me, and I can come out in a huff.
Okay, then Yuki is going to roll
Be
sneaky.
prepared for if this goes wrong, for me to drag you and throw you out into the street. It will be a
Rude.
performance. It will make the guards think that I'm disgusted with you. I'm not trying to actively be mean to you at the moment. We need to keep our facade up.
I've got 5 successes. Just wondering if I should edge that if I can. I'm still not entirely sure how edge works.
And by the way, now
I
I'm
don't
cursive
think
and running
it-
silent if it ever comes into.
And
I don't think you need
what's running silent?
comlinks are running
Alright.
quiet.
So I got 5
You can
successes.
leave the
on my-
comlinks on, that's fine. My cyber deck is running silent. They're gonna expect comlinks, but if I have my cyber deck on and everything, that's probably not it.
She. I got 5 successes on my sneak, so
Okay, so you basically slip out of the thing.
Yeah.
Not Tetris. Coin very well sees you because you're not really. But as you
There's
get
not really
back
a way
there,
to sneak out of there though without you seeing her. So
yeah. But the guard standing in front of a space between 2 of the kegs seems just. He just seems indifferent, looking back and forth. He's bored.
okay. Wait, what? So the kegs are here, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm in the
there's
right place. Okay.
there's basically a line of them. Also, I
Okay.
forgot. You can also see this way, and there's just basically there's basically a wall of shelves full of alcohol.
Ooh. She just looks at the alcohol and it's like, my new friends might like these. No, she doesn't say that. No, she just looks at it and it's like, future addiction. What? Future psoriasis
say
of
that
the liver.
aloud?
Here I come.
Do you say that aloud?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
Oh.
She just. I kind of want to have her just like send a message. Smells like future psoriasis of the liver.
But the guard has not noticed you yet.
She. So the ladder is behind the barrel, so she's gonna sneak past the guard. I assume that's the guard.
Yes, that is the guard.
Okay. Can I run past him at full speed? Will he see me?
At running full tilt, yes, he will see you.
I was wondering if I could just like literally zoom past him. In that case, I will roll sneaky, but I'll edge it. How do I edge it? Edge. Fine. How do I edge that? Oh, right. Turn it on. Let's try that again, shall we? Edge.
Wait, you're pre-edging or
no.
post-edging?
Pre-edging.
Never mind. So I need to roll his perception real fast.
I feel like he isn't gonna see you.
You rolled
Just
a lot of
probably
sneaky
not.
suspicion.
Yeah, 12 to 1. The guard totally sees you. Yeah, no.
He's
You've just practically climb up on top of the barrels and just shimmy yourself across to the left to like
That is
there's like
literally what I was going to say. She
Yeah.
climbs on top of the kegs and crawls past.
there's very little clearance between the ceiling and the top of the barrels themselves. But given how small you are, you just get right through.
Actually, I have an ability, flexibility, that allows me to do exactly that anyway. So, yeah. flexibility, which would allow me to do that anyway. My size wouldn't matter.
Regardless, you managed to
Sorry.
actually get to the ladder behind the guard. The guard has yet to turn around and see you.
Cool.
The ladder is actually, as I'm going to move you to the ladder. The ladder is basically right here.
Oh.
It's between two barrels.
In that case, she squeezes down to the ladder.
Okay.
Making sure to be quiet so the guard doesn't see her. Or hear her, rather.
Okay.
You know that 12 successes. That's a very nice number.
Do you climb the ladder?
I do.
Okay.
Actually, she tells the others she's at the ladder. She's going up. She also says there's a guard there. She also says there's a guard, but you didn't see her.
Yeah, I guess we've seen everything that you've seen since you have camera commissioning.
Oh, okay then. In that case, she's going up the ladder. Unless anyone tells her not to.
I would tell Coin, hey Coin, I think you can come back into the room now.
And I come back into the room, sit down there.
It's just basically trying to use you as a facade for an illusion or something in case something goes wrong.
Yeah. The sneaking out of the room would have been Yuki just like standing up and stretching and sort of doing that sort of like walking as you're stretching, like the subtle in parentheses walking that people do when they're trying to get out of a room and they stretch and walk and do all weird gestures, and it's like just leave already.
And climbing to the second floor, this is what you see. You're in a small room, about 2 meters by 2 meters, and there's a door. The door is closed.
She has low light vision, so can she see more than 5 feet in front of her?
It's a room.
The door is closed.
Oh, and
You are in a
is
room.
this the
door is
size
closed.
of the room? Oh,
You are in a 2 by 2. You are in a 2 meter by 2 meter room.
She opens the door carefully. In fact, actually, she moves to the side of the door and opens the door without standing in front of it. So, just in case like a fireball comes at her. Again, she waits for a moment to see if the group tells her not to, because I assume they're watching through a face mask or a camera or whatever.
You see a table. On top of the table, weapons.
Okay. What's on top of the table?
Guns.
Oh.
Ares Alphas.
Oh,
She
God.
goes.
Oh no.
She very tentatively goes into the room. Stands in the doorway, actually.
You are the only one in the room. But this appears to be almost a slight... It's not quite an armory, but there is a good bit of weapons and guns and gear in here.
She looks around. She looks around very carefully so that you guys can get a good look at what's available up here.
Do we see anything that looks like an antenna? Or now that I'm looking through her, or can I see the actual icon again?
The antenna is... so, assuming that this way is north, the antenna is north of her.
But not in the same room.
Not in the same room.
I assume this is a door.
Yes, it is a double door.
She does the same. She stands beside it and opens it. This one, I assume.
As I draw the areas revealed.
Are you doing this via Fog of War?
Yeah, the normal fog of war, not the advanced fog.
You mean dynamic lighting, I guess is what they call the
Not-
advanced one?
Not dynamic lighting. Not dynamic lighting.
Hmm.
There appears to be a set of hallways.
She goes through the door again. again, waiting for a moment if the group tells her to stop. You know,
Coin or Teach would say perhaps we should slow.
she
If
She
only we had
hesitates.
someone who can astrally project.
I just look over at Tetris slowly and go, ha ha ha.
Tetris is in the Matrix, isn't he?
I can write you text message.
I mean,
okay.
I'm thinking about. God, I don't know how to do that well, but maybe summoning.
Is this the only door?
But I can't control the spirit
I
very
just
well.
say for what it's worth, I don't see any icons up there. So
She moves very slowly and carefully to the corner and peers round.
6 doors.
Oh shit!
nice. Where's the antenna?
The antenna. Yeah, as I draw an arrow from her, it's off this way.
I'm gonna
Okay, so
that direction.
can I roll against Yuki because I like to imagine she is extremely adventurous, and that's part of why she loves the idea of being a Shadowrunner, just exploring and going new places. So I want to sort of roll against her, see if she will resist
That
the
would be a
open every
composure
door.
test. That would be a
Pardon?
composure test.
Okay. Yes, to open every door. Where's composure?
It's on the main page.
Main page.
Beneath the attributes, there's attribute rows, and there's a composure test on top.
Teach. You get a message from Goda.
Does she resist the urge to open every door?
Yes, you do resist the urge to open every door.
What a shame, because I totally would
Oh,
open it.
come on.
They're starting.
Opening.
I quickly say, Yuki, if you can make a quicker move, if you can just try and get eyes on the antenna, we would appreciate it.
And that's in here?
Be slow though. And I respond to Goda near the antenna, getting eyesight on it now.
Okay, then she opens the door and peers into the room carefully.
Do you open the door, or are you going to do this stealthily?
She'll do it stealthily.
Okay, roll
She
stealth for me.
Listens.
And
Listens.
I have my rigger console at this point set up so that the only thing I need to do is push the on button.
Okay. For success. Oh no, wait, that's composure. Roll stealth for me. User.
Tra-la-la.
That's just intuition.
Wow, I rolled that with the edge.
That was
intuition.
That was intuition, not stealth.
I know. I was rolling intuition because I was meant to roll perception anyway. Tra-la-la. I was rolling perception to see because I was going to have her listen at the door to see if anyone's inside. Four successes. Does she hear anyone?
You hear conversation on the other side of the door.
Oh.
You might want to unmark your edge, by the way, and knock off 2 edge.
Can I look through her AR and do matrix perception to see if I see any icons besides the antenna on the other side?
You do not see any icons. Other than the antenna, you do not see any icons.
Yeah. And
She,
I say again, I could hack the antenna, but it might cause an alarm. I don't know how well defended it is.
We need to try and get someone else up there with her, I say.
Yeah, you think so?
One success.
Little Red,
What?
can you sneak up there?
I want to ask a question first.
Mm-hmm.
Would she have
Were
still
there
had-
any windows on the top floor that I saw from the outside?
Not that you could see.
Okay.
Would she have still heard anyone in the room if I hadn't rolled with edge? Because I got 1 success there.
Yes, you would have heard
Oh, and
people
that-
still.
In
They-
that case, I'll roll
They're not
with
tr-
edge on.
They're not trying to be stealthy.
And in that case, I won't take that edge off because I wasn't meant to anyway. So I've still got 5 edge left. You said to roll sneaking.
Yes, if you're going to
Okay.
open the door, roll sneaking.
Okay, then.
Edge. Damn.
I think I have 3.
I have
Yeah, me
5,
too.
and but
Edge is an expensive stat.
it is,
It's
and I have
also-
5, and so I'm surprised that anyone in the party has higher than me.
Did you mean to edge that?
Yeah, I edged that.
Wow.
Yeah, seeing you was not a thing.
That's
You were a ghost. You were actually a ghost.
I have 6 sneaking, so
What's your physical limit?
Limit's
honestly,
broken
doesn't
when you
matter
free
for
edge.
Yeah,
Edge.
because Edge.
you can
Yeah.
see from the angle you're at. There's a person, and the drawing isn't very good, but they have their hands on the table. They seem to be communicating with others.
Are they in? That looks vaguely to me like the Chrome Justice gear from what it looked like last session.
Yuki just gulps and it's like, and she's just like, screw you two, message sender.
All right, we
And-
need to get
and,
more firepower up there, I say.
She's just like, I regret everything. I regret every life choice I've ever made.
I'm gonna mention I don't see an entry point for my drones on the top floor, or I would get my flying eye up there.
What kind of wall does the top floor look like it's made out of?
From inside,
From the outside.
from outside, it's brick.
I could probably punch through that.
Guys,
Both of this-
I think I speak for the group when I say we probably should start to put this on a hiatus here. It's run over quite a bit, and it's starting to get 1 a.m. where I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
we-
cliffhanger
Yeah,
to be
Yuki-
continued.
yeah, but
Yuki
unfortunately,
moves over to the others. I was just going to say one last thing. Yuki moves over to the other side to see what else she sees.
And that
Okay,
is what you
she
see.
is.
You see there appears to be a diagram on like a classic cork board, red
Okay.
red yarn connecting things.
Huh.
And
Hmm.
did these people actually look like they were Chrome Justice? Or is that just the icons?
Roll perception with the limit of the camera that she has,
Which,
or if you have electronic warfare. If
I'm-
warfare, if you have,
I have electronic warfare.
I was
Are
just
you
rolling
watching-
intuition.
are you
to see
watching
if she-
this?
Yeah, of course I am.
I'm not.
no
I'm watching the door.
successes and no ones. That is a nothing roll. It's all 4 3s and 2s.
Nice.
Oh,
So I'm definitely looking like through Sporky's eyes all this time.
Yes. And roll electronic warfare if you have it.
Okay, logic, electronic warfare, and
You can use your logic because you're using electronic warfare.
yeah, and I guess the specialty and spoof command does not apply.
It does not.
Right.
That is something I cannot even default on.
Meanwhile, I
If-
have 11 dice.
if they don't have comm links, could Yuki knock them out quickly before they do anything?
We should probably end before we.
yeah, we should end,
On
guys.
that. Yeah, yeah,
I
Okay,
will.
then.
This
All right,
this will be the very last statement. As you look through the sensors, while they don't have fancy limbs, they are in the garb of Chrome Justice.
Gosh darn it.
Oh, fuck
I
it.
thought the tokens looked like that. All right,
Hang cliffhanger. Well, hope you guys
see y'all
enjoyed.
next week.
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of Shadowrun
Bye.
Paranoia. We're still trying to get everything off the ground, but Hopefully it'll run smoother next week.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Well, we wish you all a good evening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Bye-bye.
Have fun.